where.
Yeah, it's more about the draft than the map.
And the mechanic as well, and the respo when it comes to the Hylos, and then the Moskov here for OHEB.
What? I mean, late game, and it's also OHEB. So Moskov, good matchup against both the Granger, decent against the Arlet, but I swear this would have been a good carry game, honestly, for OHEB, but they go with the Moskov and then the Kimi for UA. I am feeling lucky today. Matter of fact, 1-1, let's go.
I think it's your day. It's your lucky day.
Yeah, it might be. It might be.
Yeah, let's see if Aurora will also have a lucky day as they lock in the Kimi mid lane here for UA. Yeah. Interesting choice as well here for the Moscow for OHEB, but it's because it's OHEB. Yeah. So it's possible.
I would have preferred, honestly, the carry, because I think the Moscow much too slow. Because the carry would have been useful mid-game. OHEB, he has to farm till late. And Aurora, they do have early game comp, so there is a window where Rora could actually punish tlph with this gritty lineup.
Let's see if the streak will continue here for Aurora Gaming as we move on forward for our game number 2 upper bracket finals. tlph still missing a point. Let's head on over to the land of the Endcasters. It's your time.
And I don't think there was enough time between game 1 and now to recover. We just came from a 26-minute slobber knocker. Leo and Brigida bringing you the second game in this best-of-5 series. Team Liquid Philippines looking to recover against Aurora.
This was a surprising draft we're seeing from Team Liquid, mainly because it's a bit too obvious that they're trying to maybe play for the late game. And stats show that they don't really perform that well when we're past the 18-minute mark.
This was an in-depth discussion you had with Hans in the panel over yesterday's matches. But also, just to juxtapose the thesis on Midnight's draft. Oh my God, UA!
Okay.
I think Aurora's draft, if we're gonna revert to something closer to pre-Project Next, looks better. Because I'm surprised that this Gatot Gacha went all the way through the second phase without anyone banning it.
That's true. It's a mixture of them prioritizing the picks they really want to deny first, taking away the Arlot even from Sanford in the first phase of the draft, but it's not like they weren't able to prevent the Alice from coming into play, but then again, it just adds to how farm heavy Team Liquid Philippines and their composition is overall. So I don't think we'll be seeing them as aggressive to start things off, but at least they have a lot of ways to just deal with the macro and prolong the game as needed. But hold on, if it's about aggression we're talking about, I think Carl TZ wants to show us that. Light looking to be the target here, and Ogi Shadow Kill committed just to take first blood.
That was a 3v2 fight that Demon Kite had to walk all the way through, and he just did not make it in time. That's just kind of the cons you have to live with if you have a Fredrin. It's been a hot minute since we've seen the Appraiser make his way into a game.
Yeah, and it's understandable if you're Aurora that you get to extend that much. You have a Kimi on your side, and the mid lane supposedly really favors whoever has the Kimi in their lineup. But it seems like Team Liquid might not get to contest this.
Carl soloing a small camp, and Light could not stop him. I got his eyes at the minimap.
So, despite all that, Light still has his eyes on Carl TZ, not exactly letting go of where this, I'd say, all over the map Hayabusa is.
Yeah.
Because even just now, before that first blood, he already showed us how aggressive he wants to play this game. Maybe even being one of the main players to play aggressive in this entire lineup that we're seeing from Team Liquid.
That's right, Carl TZ's Hayabusa is a thing of beauty. If you talk about his best heroes in Season 16, I'd say Lancelot, Decent Shin, and then this Hayabusa action breaking out at mid.
Oh, Throne of Ruins by Sanford catching 3, SOD also landing, but the Aurora joins it. Edward doesn't land the final slash, but the AOG's bang! Appraiser's Wrath. Sanford gets taken down, JP might be next. There's just so much hold from Aurora.
The Alice is just a sexier Uranus.
Yes.
Emphasis on Uranus. At the end of the day, no matter how sustainable you are, after your Throne of Ruins,
the perfect vengeance to evade and cancel out the Ogi Shadow Kill. It's not a flicker, but it acts the same way. Hold on, OHEB!
Close call on 2 different fronts of the map. back to what I was saying, at the end of the day, after that Throne of Ruin, you're still just a sustainable, annoying XP laner.
That's about it. You stand in front of everyone, you try to annoy them, but if they have enough damage, then what do you do next? Oh my goodness! 3-man stun!
The 3-time MPL champion stops the forward momentum of 3-hero Dominicai!
Oh, but what OF doesn't know is that there are 3 members of Aurora waiting for him! I don't know if it was just perfectly timed or predicted by Aurora, but that was painful to watch.
Call it a sting operation. They knew that Oheb had this killer instinct in him, and he saw a lone Granger, but he didn't see the other 2 members waiting in the wings. It looks like Aurora are going to be scoring their second turtle. Sanford trying to grab one, pull a fast one over Aurora. Not going to happen. They're up about 1,000 and change.
Yep. This is expected from the lineup. Hold on. Edward still wanting to go in for the fight. Crimson Beacon already used. JP gets to escape with the glorious pathway, but it's been a very aggressive 4 minutes. Just 4 minutes so far for Aurora. And what does Oheb do? He just has to walk away.
He does his best, Brigida. He does his best. Rora have stepped on his neck and stopped him from farming. The first 5 minutes has been hell for this Moskov. Looking at the items and of course what that translates to in economy. He's down about 1,500 away from Dominicai.
Could have been more if he didn't use his SOD just to get that gold card that was nearly denied of him, or nearly denied from him, just because of how well Aurora's been controlling the gold lane. And this has been a trend so far. This is expected considering tlpH's lineup. But how do they show us the changes once they don't get the early game? Because time and time again, that's what we've been constantly pointing out as their requirement to win the game, to get to do the Liquid Stampede. But this is something they walked into. They drafted this way. They expected this to happen.
You know what? In the playoffs, anything can happen. Aurora can even win on Flying Clouds. That's what this map is all about. And they do find Sanford to the bottom lane.
Can't even use the Gleam. Throne of Ruin is all he can do. But does he have enough sustain? Oh! Barely tries to survive. And that's another Piercer stack picked up by Dominicai. Carl's versus Edward. It's a 1v1, but final slash still makes it. Fortunately, the other members of Team Liquid are there, but that was a close call.
All right, 3 dudes from Liquid, no problem. 4, that's where he draws the line. A little too much for Mr. Consistent to deal with, but what this does is open up the lower quarter of the map where the turtles spawn. 3 for 3, Aurora 100% on turtle take rates.
Look at how US just defending this turret. Carl TZ has to escape. Oh, he walks away, but does not escape death. Light and Yue take down Carl TZ.
The GOAT got tunnel vision. He really wanted to push in. Did not have enough backup. Down bottom, Dominicai has 2 on him. This is what you can do with a utility jungler. Yep. You're able to really put your foot down and say, the rest of you guys do that, and hold on. That's why it's a macro-centric hero. Oh my god, JP!
That's the tankiest member of Team Liquid right now. But Aurora, without hesitation, committing the final slash. That's how confident they are at this point. Dominicai, though, he does not walk away from that.
It's a little too much to expect to survive all that, but again, Aurora, sleight of hand. You're looking at the right hand, the left is already committing a crime. They pushed into here to up top. As I was saying, if you're a utility jungler, you can do these kinds of things. One of those things is sacrifice yourself because you're less of a asset to your team, so you can afford to die. Second is you can hold down fights so much longer. Carl TZ, when he died in the top lane, there was no business for him doing that. Not for that long. So Aurora, they're still on point here, on course. 4,000 gold up, 8 minutes in.
This time it's Aurora who's had their turrets untouched for the entire past 8 minutes of the game. Team Liquid Philippines are struggling. They might be waiting for one team fight that they get to win, and it's from that where they just pivot and try to convert into objectives, because the way it's looking right now, could they even split up? Like, I know that's something Oheb would want to do, but based on how Aurora's been rotating, they're not making it easy for the Moskov.
I think they can. They just have to be very specific about it. Like now, see this? It's clear where Aurora is. They show themselves on the map. It helps that the Lord is going to be a beacon, a magnet for tlph to try and consider where they're coming from. But look, we're still looking at the maybe number 2 best hero to steal Lords with. That's a high boost. Oh, Edward steps in.
Behind Edward, final stack already coming to Throne of Ruin. Might just stun 3. Oh! Dominguez gets taken down by Sanji, but before he does, JP gets taken down as well. It's a 1-for-1 trade so far, and Oheb, that's what you were talking about. So he finally gets to push the waves.
And it's also very fortunate that Liquid found Dominkite. If it was anyone else that died, maybe even Edward or Demonkite, that would have been okay. Rora would have forced the issue, but no, it was Dominkite. It was their main damage source.
It was just unfortunate that he was right behind that wall, and once he flickered, he found himself right beside the Lord and in front of Sanji's Crimson Beacon. So that was a very awkward position to be in if you were Dominkite, but they also probably didn't expect that there were other members of Liquid who could come in from the mid lane, because they were probably expecting everyone to just hold those brushes down bottom close to the back of the wall where the Lord is. So now it's a second chance for Aurora to potentially take this.
I think it was premeditated. Liquid really cordoned off Rora's exit to compromise Dominkite's positioning, and then in turn they killed him. That was really good for Liquid. Now, Demonkite finds that taunt. Lord at about half health.
That was a knockup from the Lord. Edward working on Sanji though, but Demonkite goes down. OM joining the fight as well. This Lord is going into the hands of Liquid. Carl will get traded, however, and they're trying to chase after Liquid, but all they want to do is walk away.
Liquid definitely winning out on that trade. They pick off Demonkite, take the Lord, and everything else is extra collateral damage. Carl Teasy is, but it's worth it. Rora did not see this angle coming. I didn't see this angle coming. I think Liquid just worked their way into closing this gap. 4,000 gold cut down to just 1.
I think it was just normal movement from a Fredrin, from a utility jungle.
It was the right thing.
You switch targets, you stand in front of everyone. But where did the damage even come from for them to burst him down that much? Or I also think the Lord knockup had something to do with it, because it was an unexpected timing of Lord knockups that helped Liquid try and be a bit more aggressive. And that's where Demonkite found himself bursted down.
Yeah, something tells me Sanji sitting with 2 stacks on his Skypiercer, maybe 3 stacks. I have lost track of where exactly to count from. Made that death on Demonkite, that kill on Demonkite so much more possible, so much more faster. And the Appraiser's Wrath almost made no difference.
We couldn't even feel it. I mean, JP was already expecting to receive majority of the damage from the Appraiser's Wrath, but at this point, that's what you want to see from JP. That he can just confidently stand in front of these members, of these annoying heroes of Aurora, so Liquid can know where to position themselves, and finally, after trying to be a bit more careful for so long, they get to take away some turrets from themselves.
Oh man, the map has equalized. Literally, 2 for 2. Rora now just have barely 1,000 gold up over Liquid. Where did this go wrong? It's not like Yu is not in the right position to deal damage. Dominkite only died once. Demonkite died twice. One of them was kind of warranted. So it's just Liquid finding their groove. Looking at the items now, it is a Swift Trinity for Oheb. Carl Teasy also has 3 strong, hard-hitting items. And Sanford, I think Sanford's last death might have been his actual last, because he's on his way to a full Cursed Hell. Once he builds that Winter Crown, I don't think we're gonna ever see him die again.
Yeah. Maybe this is where a bit too much attention on caging the Predator starts to backfire.
Because it's just not worth it. It takes too much time.
And I don't think, like, maybe Sanford even wants you to pay so much attention to him at this point. Majority of the damage, of the disruption, will come from him, yes, but not the damage. And he's not the guy who needs to be there until the very end of the team fight.
Oh yeah.
So maybe essentially kind of similar to the Fredrin.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's got to be Oheb, it's got to be Carl. Sanji is the finisher. The fact that Sanford is so annoying and could impact the team fight so much from the XP lane on this Alice is that game changer. So Aurora, how do they react? Maybe don't pay attention to Sanford as much. Like, as much as you can avoid the Throne of Ruin, that's easier said than done.
Because either way, he's gonna show up anyway. he is definitely gonna use that Throne of Ruin and try to position himself in front of as much people as he can. So he will voluntarily walk up to you and you don't need to work so hard to do that, but where are they trying to come from this time?
Look at the angle that Sanford's coming through. Edward spots him. Glorious pathway.
JP already low. Edward using the final slash, but Sanford stuns so much. It's you and Dominkite now very low. Demon Kite looking at the next target. Carl TC with a double Oki Shadow kill now. Trying to go for Doming. Fortunately has a dash, but that's 3 members already taken down.
Easier said than done. Isn't even the start of it. Sanford almost single-handedly helped Liquid win that fight. 3 for none, the Throne of Ruin, everyone on a trampoline. Aurora have to defend.
What do we say about Sanford just walking up to everyone and making it easy? And now they're trying to just take as much as they can. Dominkite defending. Oh, the Wind of Nature already committed. Sanford blocking the bullets. But that was such a great defense from Dominkite too.
Aurora lose 1 inhibitor. Almost lost mid. They're gonna lose their purple buff. Liquid are up 3,000 gold. Oh my lord, how do you stop Sanford? It's not like he even built his winner crown. He Brigitte, you said it right. You said it best. He just walked up and said, what are you gonna do about it? Now, I hate to cry over spilled milk, but did Rora not respect Liquid's propensity for crowd control? Not a single Purify.
Yeah, I guess there was a bit too much attention on JP as well. It looked like JP was
Or on Carl.
definitely going down in that instant, but who would have thought? Again, even we were surprised to see Sanford holding that bush. And now he just comes in with the flicker and we might see another one. But they'll be a bit more patient this time because Aurora already takes care of the Lord.
They're still breathing, they're still in this. Glorious pathway by Daddy JP. Liquid looking to scare Aurora away from defending. They do keep that inhibitor up top and the base intact.
Okay. Aurora still in this game. We're looking like we're about to approach another 20-minute game, honestly, if
Looks like it.
Aurora are able to still hold this a bit longer. But I think there's not much in terms of the damage dealers if we're looking at gold. Because Sanji, Yue, Oheb, and Dominkite, there's not even 1,000 gold difference existing between these
Yeah,
heroes.
no, it's not about a difference in firepower. It really is everything else that goes with it. It's the garnish, the meat, the protein is sound. It's tasty. But what else do you partner it with? Let's watch that sequence once again. Look at Sanford. I don't think it was enough that Edward was there to check him in. All right, 40 flickered in. He didn't walk up. He gleamed, flickered in, and I think that scared the bejesus out of Aurora.
Yeah, and he came from the left mid-bush at that.
Yep, it was an ankle breaker. He came from the left, gleamed to the right, and then flickered again to the left.
All the while, Aurora probably thought they had everything under control.
Nah, not this predator.
Nah.
Not the apex predator, Sanford. Okay, so they have 2 anti-heals, right? They have the Sea Halberd on Doming. They have the Glowing Wand on Yue. Is that enough? JP, oh my god, trying to split up Rora.
Hold on, he's in the middle of 4, but Sanford once again finding Yue, forces the flicker as well, but Edward and Demon Kite doing all the zoning! The Cyclone Eye actually did not help Aurora there! Sanji's unstoppable right now!
Wise is watching from home. He knows how much that hurts. Dominkite backing up, almost gets choked out by Sanji.
There's another Lantern Flare, Light trying to walk away, but there's another knockup play! A monster kill for the Lone Stallion, Dominkite and Yue! Can they defend this? Oheb doesn't care! The Cavalry will equalize the series!